This Justin News presents Irritus Beaver's Bombing Run.
Hey guys, welcome to Friday night on Bombing Run, everybody. Yeah, we're here. We're having fun tonight. We have three great comics here tonight.
So, well, don't you believe in karma? Yeah, I believe in karma.
Oh, I don't know what I was believing in. I just heard someone just talking over me, so I hope that wasn't on the video. Hey, Zoom, good for you. So we're on Bombing Run, guys. Sorry for that little interruption. This is the Comedians Game Show where three comics go head-to-head to see who's going to be the Joker Ace first place, second, and third. But Joker Ace gets to be on my Saturday show, This Justin News Comedy Club show. And I'm your host, General A.A. Ron. I actually won that in a Cheerios box. That's how I got it. I got this little thing that says I'm a general. What do you know? That's how I got my name. Yeah. So please welcome to our show tonight the wonderful judge on the behalf of Ruth Bader Ginsburg, the ghost of Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Let's give her a big round of applause. You know, Supreme Court Justice. I went all out to get you guys this judge. I mean, I went to the highest court to get this judge. So I am only doing the best for you guys, and I hope you really, really like her. She is going to be judging your sets. You guys get 5 minutes. At 1 minute, you get a light. And that means you got 1 minute left. I also want to thank my co-producer here, Sergeant at Arms. Let's give her a big round of applause. I want to make sure everybody knows that she helps me run this show and makes it go so smoothly as a game show should go. This will be on my YouTube channel, This Justin News. So check this out later. It'll be on tonight sometime after I get done doing this and drinking a few beers, wondering what's wrong with my life. But that being said, and me going fuzzy, I want to get our first comic up to the mic tonight. Please welcome to the stage, Richard Bailey, everybody. Woo, 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 woo.
Oh my goodness, it's me. Hello.
Hello.
I did a show last week in Iowa, and as I walked up to the stage, they said my name, Richard Bailey. I saw a white guy. He goes, "Whoa." And I said, I know, dude. I know. You probably lost $100 that day. I know he did. Yeah. So it's been wild. I told my son that I went on the trip. He asked if I was planning on coming back. And I told him I was already back in town. And he says, "Oh, okay." He was a little upset. I think he was hoping that I'd die on the way out of town and they'd make like a 7-minute folk song about me. But, there's always next time, I did drive. I think the thing is I've got to fly out of town the next time.
Oh.
I gained a little bit of weight over the pandemic. Anybody else getting fat? It's great.
Yep.
I love it. My doctor said, actually, that was the reason why I had to drive to Iowa. And I said, what do you mean by that, Greg? He said, well, you're over encumbered. I said, over encumbered? He said, yeah, you can no longer fast travel.
Oh.
All right. Yeah. I know, that's one. Yeah. So I was a little upset about that. But, there's always tomorrow. You can always get into the gym. That's what I did. I decided to get into the gym and kind of lean out. When I was younger, I had a nice firm body of a hot dog. I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't chiseled, And over time, that hot dog has become grilled, fat, and splintered, and bursting. I've got grill lines, aka stretch marks on my stomach.
Oh.
My girlfriend, as I told her this, she said, well, babe, everybody knows that a grilled hot dog tastes better in your mouth than a boiled hot dog. I said, "Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! I'm still fat. I'm still fat though." So as nice as it sounds, my doctor, we're supposed to have this firm relationship. And he asked what could be the problem, and tell me, what do you eat in the daytime? And I just tell him about the chicken and a biscuit. That's got protein in it, right?
Yep.
Protein, carbs, all in one. He said no, but it is high in sodium. I said it is also high in flavor, my man. Yeah, see, he doesn't like that. So no soda for me for the rest of the month. Asked my son how he felt about my new diet. He said, I said, you couldn't care anything about your dad, could you? He said, oh, I'm on a new diet. I said, oh, what are you eating now? He said, oh, melted cheese. And I said, melted cheese. Okay, so you want me to make you melted cheese today for lunch? Melted cheese and what? And he said, melted cheese. And I said, melted cheese and broccoli, steamed broccoli? He said, no, melted cheese. He said, melted cheese and nacho chips? He said, melted cheese, Dad. What are you going to eat melted cheese with? How are you going to eat it? He looks at me and he says, utensils? Bested by a little boy. I walked into the kitchen. I was so frustrated. I'm slamming the drawers open and closed. I'm just thinking to myself, how could I be so stupid? How could he possibly be so smart? As I'm walking, pacing back and forth, I run into an object. I look down, it's my son. I said, can I help you? He looks up at me and he says, how do you think I was going to eat the melted cheese? I said, can I tell you something real quick, buddy? Cheese is really high in sodium, okay? All right? Thank you very much. I've been Richard Bailey.
Let's give Richard Bailey a big round of applause. And Richard, where can we find you on social media?
At Mr. Bailey Says on Instagram and Twitter.
Sweet. And melted cheese is a food group. It is unless it's Velveeta. And right. I'm pretty sure Velveeta is not in any of the 4 major food groups, nor is it a junk food. It is something not real. Okay? If you've eaten enough of it, don't worry. It'll preserve you just like alcohol. You're safe. You're fine. You'll be around for 100 years. Don't worry about it.
You should be my new doctor.
Well, I could be, but I gained all that weight too during COVID. I'm not doing real well on that either. I'm trying to lose all that weight. See, I'm looking for the ghost of Ruth Bader Ginsburg. This Ruth Bader Ginsburg ghost, I just need to know when you're ready for the next comic. Yes, it's so hard. It's kind of weird because she's floating right here. But I have to talk to you guys, but she's floating right here talking to me. And this is the second week I've had a ghost in here. I'm really thinking this place haunted. My comedy club is haunted. The last time I had a Ouija board to talk to him. This one's just talking to me right in my ears, and it's freaky. It's like double echo. Oh, okay. So Ruth Bader Ginsburg's ghost is ready for the next comic. Please welcome to the stage, Emmanuel Paul Griffith, everybody. Woo, 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 woo.
Oh, yeah. Thanks for having me. My name's Emmanuel Paul Griffith. I'm from East London, from Leighton in particularly. And I like to ask the question, have you ever seen a comedian that's just one bad gig from killing themselves? It's like their whole first setup of jokes is like their mom died, their girlfriend left them, their brother wasn't available to be there when the nan died because the brother was sleeping with the girlfriend. And, and the nan was the only one supporting the whole family. And now I'm just hoping that this gig goes well. And like, you're sitting there, you're thinking to yourself, dear God, just do it, man. Just do it. You know, just you're depressing me. You know, I have my own depression and anxiety issues, and you're just making them worse, just by me listening to how sad your life is. And you're a white dude. You should be the pinnacle of positivity. I just don't, complaining and moaning about shit, that's black people territory. I come to white comedy because for positive shit. Not to hear about how you're disappointed that your 401k1 didn't make 2 points on the stock exchange, and now you're feeling that life's a downer. Come on, man. I'm from Leighton, right? I'm from East London. That is the ghetto, It was called the hood, but whoever changed it to the ghetto, can you please change it back to the hood so it's more appealing? But the thing is, my house got burgled twice, consecutively. The guy came back to take what he forgot, That's how bad my area is. He didn't think that there would be police. They said no, because they won't care, because I have a job. So he knew I had responsibilities and commitments. So he just waited until I left my house. I'm 6'4". How could anyone want to rob me? And the fact is, this guy didn't even know it was me, because the dumbass tried to sell my own laptop back to me. The guy came back to me. I'm coming off work. The guy's like, "Hey, boss man." I'm like, "What? I got this laptop for you. It's got RAM and specs." I'm like, "How you know that?" I'm like, "Bro," he's like, "Who's that on the screensaver?" "Oh, that's not you, bro. That's not you." I'm like, "Who is that then?" "Oh, that's Jamie Foxx, isn't it?" I'm like, "Bro, allow it. Just, hand me back my stuff, please." That's the abridged version, just in case the police are watching. I'm wondering. They're still looking for his body.
Oh.
Who's gonna know when a cracker goes missing? No one cares about them. They're like the gingers of society. The crackers. Well, how long have I got left?
You got about just a minute left, over a minute.
Okay, cool. I was watching this news article, and this boxer, got divorced from his wife, and she took half of everything, half his houses, half his cars, and the judge said she even had to get half his title belts, And I'm thinking to myself, how the hell is she gonna defend them titles? Imagine being the guy that has to date her. That's worse than getting someone's kids. Imagine that. You're sitting down at a dinner table. She's like, "Oh, by the way, you've got to face Tyson Fury on the weekend. You gotta I've got to maintain those titles, babe. I got to maintain those belts." I've been Emmanuel Paul. I'm out. Thank you very much for having me.
Let's give Emmanuel Paul Griffith a big round of applause, everybody. And Emmanuel, where can we find you on social media?
Emmanuel Paul Griffith on Facebook, and Emmanuel Griffith is my Twitter.
Sweet. Go follow him. He's a very funny comic. And you know what? I have a Dodge Dart right now that I had to replace the engine on. And I left the keys in it running. And I actually put the instructions on how to drive a stick shift. No one took it. The gas ran out. It just sat there for the whole 8 hours. And then no one took it. So, oh, the ghost is talking to me. You know what? I never knew Ruth Bader Ginsburg had such a wonderful voice to listen to like that. It's great to hear her just talk and talk and talk. She's talking to me about Supreme Court justices and telling me things I shouldn't know. Oh my gosh. But she says she's ready for our next comic. Please welcome to the stage, Nate I screwed it up. Nagvajara, thank you.
Hey, how's it going, guys? I'm Nate Nagvajara. You know, it's kind of like God just, got all the letters for Scrabble and just shook them up and put a name out. Yeah, I'm doing this COVID thing like everybody else is. We're all going through it, and I was thinking about like, well, what's some of the positives of COVID? And there are a few. I've been using COVID as an excuse to duck all the people I don't want to see. Anyone else been doing that? It's like my bookie hits me up. He said, "Hey man, you lost a lot of bets, dude." I'm like, "Oh my god, man, you're not in my bubble. You're not in my. I guess I'll have to maybe when this all ends, I'll hit you back up with the money." It's like that one friend that's weird. You're like, "Sorry, dude. Like, I gotta be real safe. I think I'm seeing my parents this weekend." And as soon as it ends, all of those people are gonna be. I gotta find a new excuse. I'm panicking. No, I'm 21, guys. I'm 21. 21's a really weird age because you're transitioning from being a kid to being an adult. Like, I'm doing job applications, but I still get like a sugar rush. So I'm in there, filling out the paperwork, got my mask on, but I ate a candy bar right before. So I'm like tweaking out. Like, I'm like, you need my social? And my social goes right here. And I'll just put it right down there. Oh my God, let me get my date of birth. Let me get my papers. They were freaking out. They thought I was like a fucking cokehead, this kid. They thought I was I ran through a few quick lines, And, I don't know. I haven't heard back. Like how am I don't know. I'm figuring out how I'm supposed to do shit. Like how am I supposed to schedule my own doctor's appointments? When I don't even have hair. Like I just got peach fuzz. They're like grandmas with more facial hair than me. Like great aunts with more facial hair than me. Those great aunts where you'd go up to kiss them and then it'd be like kissing a Wolverine. Your cheek would be all clawed up. You'd be like, damn, you gotta invest in Gillette, Grandma. What's going on? No, I just don't want to be my dad when I grow up. My dad, he came to America in the 70s, and America in the 70s, and he was Asian, as a student. America in the 70s was crazy, racist. Like the South was like, shit, like I guess black people can vote, like fuck it, I guess they can finally have rights, they can finally do. That was the 70s. Like in the 70s, like an Italian baby could like smoke a cigarette on an elevator and like everybody would be fine, like just listening to like the Bee Gees. But my dad, like, so like racism sometimes it just like brushes off of him. He's experienced so much. Like he thinks like microaggressions, like when some person comes up to him and be like, where are you really from? He'll like point to me and be like, hey, like, they actually care where I'm from, man. It's like, it's so exciting. He's like, I'm from Thailand originally. I was like, Dad, I think they're just getting that information to report at the next clan meeting. I don't think it's a good thing. No. My dad got a lot he just gets angry at certain things. My dad, his new thing about getting angry about his shirt collars, he'll be like, Nate, it just like grabs at my neck. It's like, I don't like it. And I'll be like, okay, like I'm not a tailor. What am I supposed to do? So he started making his own V-necks, like he's Edward Scissorhands or something. And he's like cutting some deep V's. I'll be out to dinner, maybe we'll come over for dinner. My girlfriend's with him. And I'll be like, hey, babe, what'd you think of the dinner? And she was like, it was really good until I saw your dad's nip pop out of the V-neck. I was like, my dad was on his Janet Jackson that night. I don't know what was going on. I think my dad's pretty cool, but, I don't know. I don't know what cool even is anymore. I used to think James Bond was cool, but then I kind of realized like he was kind of racist, like there'd be like old James Bonds. He's in like an Asian casino and he'd be like, hey, Ching Chong, why don't you get me a martini? And I'd be like, what the fuck is going on? I just want to see a realistic James Bond, where in the high-speed crazy car race, he crashes like immediately because he's had 5 martinis, like the whole night. Oh my God. I just want to see it honestly. Like this guy should honestly have more DUIs than there are sequel James Bond movies. And like it does any, and then there's the people in the ears, they're watching him. They're like, no, mate, James, don't have sex with this girl. Catch the villain. And they're like, come on, James. And like if a normal James Bond movie would just be 8 minutes, he'd just shoot the villain, it'd be over. But there's all this sex, there's drinking. I think I'm angry at James Bond because there's a scene in Casino Royale where he gets his nuts beat with a rope. And I was like, shit, I guess that's why you can't have kids anymore. I guess that's why you can have sex with everybody. You can't have any kids. Thanks so much, guys.
Let's give Nate a big round of applause. I'm not going to throw this in but twice. Oh, and where can we find you on social media, Nate?
Yeah, you guys can find me on Facebook at Nate Nagvajara and on Instagram at Nate Nogs, at Nate Nags. Thanks so much.
So you go with the shorter one because if you try to spell his last name, you're just not going to find him. I'll just tell you that.
Yeah.
Facebook. Oh, Ruth Bader Ginsburg. The ghost of Ruth Bader Ginsburg is torn right now. I'm just letting you guys know this. Ruth Bader Ginsburg ghost, let me tell you something. If we have to, we can do a joke off, a 1 minute joke off. If it's that tight, we can. I have my notes down here. You know, Ruthie, I'm going to call you Ruthie. You have been over some of the toughest cases in the United States. I think we should have a winner here. You should be able to decide this, and then you can go back judging some ghost cases. I can't imagine there's some ghost court up there, right? Ghost court, Okay, we have a winner. I'm going to need to know second and third too, Ruthie. Yes, I have to agree. The judge says this comics material was killer. I want to announce the Joker ace of Bombing Run tonight is Emmanuel Paul Griffith, everybody. Woo! Yeah, right on.
Thank you.
Yeah. Sweet. And when you get with me after the show, you have won.
Yeah.
And I will send you swag all the way to UK. It's going to be some stickers and stuff, but just make sure we get together. Contact me, and we'll get you on my Saturday show, all right?
Thank you very much.
That's awesome. And the next up to the stage, second place, is Nate. Nate, you won second. Yay! Awesome. Thank you for playing. This has all been for fun. And if you want notes for your sets, please ask me later. I will get notes from the judge. She writes it in ghostwriting. So I will interpret it for you. And in third place, a guy who's been here twice and he keeps coming back for fun, Richard Bailey, everybody. Let's give him a big round of applause for playing. That's awesome, Richard. You're cool for doing this. And like I said, this is all for fun. We're all here to have fun. And like I said, the notes from the judge are always the good notes about what we could work on and what we can't, because we're all comedians. We're all trying to get better every day. But thank you so much, Richard, for being on. That's our show for tonight. I want to thank again my judge, the ghost of Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Let's give her one big round of applause one more time. Oh, she says she's had so much fun. She says, thank you, guys. And I want to thank my sergeant at arms for help run this show. Let's give her a big round of applause. And I will guarantee you, you guys will never know who they are, because otherwise they go in my witness protection program, and that's in my basement. So no one wants in my witness protection program. No. But that was the show for tonight, guys. We will have another bombing run next Friday at the same time, same channel. Thank you for tuning in. This has been an oddly funny production. Good night, everybody.
This has been an oddly funny production.